Welcome to the replay. So excited you are tuning in. We are going to be doing a little bit of a wrap up on this series that I have been doing for this entire month of January, all about getting out of your own way so that we can finally start these things we've been wanting to do. Specifically, we've been focusing a lot on business, but just in general, I am here to help you to get closer to the life that you want to build for yourself and what that looks like, what joy looks like for you every day, what success looks like for you, building legacy, and just creating all of the things. And so that is what the series has been about. If you've missed any of the series, please definitely check my YouTube channel as well as here on Instagram. Hey, Ashley, what's up? Because I have all of the replays and everything so that you can get yourself encouraged. I know how it is. I really wanted to start this year off like so excited, but I decided to just kind of take a chill and just encourage and just pour into you all. And I've really enjoyed doing this month. And so we're going to just kind of wrap it up in a little bow. And thank you so much. Is it Miriam? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So hey everybody, if you are watching, I would love to know where you are watching from. How is your week going so far? Feel free to chat in the comments. Today's live is definitely going to be one that will be based off of the engagement. So if you have any questions, start dropping them in the chat now. Comments, concerns, anything like that. If you have something on your heart that you've been thinking about, feel free to share it and we can cover it. But I just wanted to kind of recap the last month of what we've been talking about when it comes to just getting out of our own way. That has been my thing for years, and I wanted to specifically share a little bit of my personal struggles and journey a little bit just within these last couple of months with you all to give you some encouragement and just kind of help. So yeah, definitely let me know where you're watching from. We got Teals_gold. Hello, watching from Florida. Illustrations by Miriam is watching from the Netherlands. Hello. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it so much. Hopefully you've been catching the series. It's been a good one so far. This is actually our last one. And then I'll be going back to going live every other week. But it's been fun going live every week with you all. Okay. And then everyone over on Instagram, not Instagram, on YouTube and Facebook, can you guys, someone just comment? I switched my platform for streaming, so I just want to make sure it's working. Just put anything in the comments. Like it could be a heart, it could be a number, a letter, whatever, just so that I know stuff is working. Hello. All right. So for this month, my focus was to really help the person that has been in their own way when it comes to getting started with anything. Specifically, we talked about business, but I really just wanted to encourage you all and just share. And so we started it off with Why Not You? Which was just all about just kind of removing those doubts and excuses and the fear and everything, and just understanding that why not you? Like you can make this thing happen. This thing may seem big, it may seem scary, it's unknown, but you can make it happen. And then we got into what are some of the different things that are stopping you or have stopped you in the past from getting started. So just down to other people, comparison, shoot, ourselves and our mindset, just the beliefs that we have and how they can stop us. So we talked all about that for an entire live. All of them have been about an hour, which has been fun because I love to chat with you all. Then we got into, oh, yes, it's working. Okay, good. Hey, Bree. Hey, Rodnitska. Hey, Karen. Thank you for tuning in. We got Pennsylvania and Rhode Island. Hello. Then we got into how to actually find the time to make this happen, right? So what is it exactly that you can do to kind of alter your schedule, find some time, come up with specific days or blocks of time where you can actually implement these things that you want to do. And then the last thing that we covered last week was the build framework. I kind of walked you through that. So I gave you some action steps on how you can actually start getting into the mindset of starting your business. And so today I wanted to just kind of tie it up in a little bow, like I said, and just round out this business series. But if you are ready to get back into starting your business, if you are ready to, let's say you started but you stopped, or maybe you are just ready to take it more seriously, definitely check out the series. I think it is for anyone, not just for people just starting, but for everyone to just have a refresher and get re-encouraged as we get into this year. So does anyone have any questions? Feel free to drop them in. Teal's Goal said, not being able to read patterns stopped me for years. Patterns, like for sewing? Let me know what you mean, if that's what you're referring to. But yeah, there's a lot of things that stop us. I know for me, it was just my own personal feeling of, oh, I already failed at something that I was supposedly quote unquote good at. Like, why could I ever do this again? You know, like, or why could I do something new that I'm not familiar with? But what I wanted to share with you all was what has been happening with me the last couple of months. So I have shared that it's been placed on me to start a membership community, whatever you want to call it. Um, and I've been putting it off. I've had tons of excuses. I've had lots of different things that just have pretty much I've told myself, like, you don't need to be doing this. You're not qualified to do this. No one's interested. But it just doesn't go away. So it's just this thing that has been on me for a while. And whenever this happens, I know that it's God telling me, because I usually don't want to do it. I have no interest in it. It's just not, something I'm trying to do. And that has been the case with it. And so I've been wrestling with it for the last at least 3 or 4 months. I was thinking about it kind of in the summer initially, and then kind of was like, no, I'm good. And then it's been coming back. So it is decided that I will have a membership in a community that will be launching through the Inspired Blueprint this spring. So I have put a link to the wait list in the description of the YouTube stream. So if you want to join the wait list, make sure you do that. This membership is so much more than just monthly trainings. It's so much more than just you getting a couple steps to get started. I really want it to be a place where you can come and feel like you are seen and you are understood, and you can build connection. Like, that is the big word when I think about what I want this to be, is connection. I want those women that get on with me. I don't want it to be about me. I want to have, there will be experts and different people that will come in to pour into all of us. But I really just wanted to feel just different from just your typical, like, oh, we have a monthly training and we have this. Like, I think that stuff is fine, and I want you to get that value. But I just want you to feel seen and to build connections and friendships and accountability outside of just the immediate people that we have in our lives, because typically they don't always understand it. They don't always get what it is that we're trying to do. And time again, I've had many women tell me about just that feeling of feeling alone, or they want to get started but they don't know where to start. And so this is just going to be a community where it's going to meet you where you are. So that will be coming. I'll be sharing a lot more details on it, but I wanted to just make sure I mentioned to get on the wait list so that you can get all the information about it, because those on the wait list will be getting some more like exclusive opportunities and things. I'm still working out the details before it's actually introduced to the public and to everyone. So make sure you get on the wait list for that, and I'll make sure it's linked everywhere. Starting next week, I'm going to start linking it everywhere and talking a lot more about it. Okay, so Ashley from Strokes of Freedom, what's up? Said that that's what I need, help building my community, which will lead to a membership site. Yes, I launched on Slack and need to really share it with people, but I really want to launch my membership site by the end of the year. Help me. Oh, yes, definitely. First of all, y'all definitely go follow Strokes of Freedom on Instagram, because I've known Ashley for, I think I met her in it was right before I moved to New Mexico, y'all. Like, I was thinking I was getting ready to build all these friendships in Charlotte, and then my husband hit me with that whammy, like, we about to move across the country. But she is so sweet. She is just such a light, and I just am happy to know you. So I'm excited for you. I did see on TikTok that you had launched your Slack community, and I think that that is an amazing start. I always just feel like the people that have the best message and they have the most to really give, and they have just so much encouragement within themselves, sometimes they just are underrated. Like, I feel like that about myself. And I mean, I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything, but like, I feel like I really put a lot into my platform. And I know Ashley is the same way. She's really passionate about helping people to just uncover just the battles they deal with internally through writing, which is so beautiful. And so I just feel like for all of us, like Shalina, my accountability partner, she's on, like, women that I know, when you really have like an impact, you are passionate about something, and you just feel like no one is seeing you, no one is signing up, or you just feel like all these people are doing well overnight. And it's like, well, what about me? I just want to say, I feel like the underdogs, like, we be the people that really is out here making a change and doing what it is that we need to do. It's always, it feels slow and steady, but I know that we will get to where we want to be, but we just got to wait on God's timing, I guess, which is kind of what I wanted to talk a little bit about. But you're welcome, Ashley. I'm serious. Like, I really, I've just been so excited watching you just like pivot and change and do all of the things. I've been loving it. More people need to know about you and all you do. Yeah, it's frustrating. It is frustrating. And I don't mean underdog in any way of like a bad thing. I mean, like, literally, I feel like the underdogs be the strongest ones, the most impactful, the ones that really are out here trying to make the world better. And we not getting the credit that we need. So let's see. Karen said, yes, I'm starting my own business after a failed partnership and haven't received much support the second time. Yes, so definitely join the wait list. More information will be coming. It's not going to be super expensive. I really want it to be where we can meet people where they are, but because I am going to be pouring a lot of time and attention into it and having people come and pour into us occasionally and all of that, obviously there will be a fee for the membership, but it's not going to be anything super ridiculous. So I'll share more as we get a little bit closer to that. But I wanted to really quickly just share with you all. So, and we kind of talked about it just briefly a little bit, but I have just felt like over the years of being an entrepreneur, I started back in 20. I never know what to really count because technically I started a little bit after college. Like I graduated in 2012 and I kind of started right then with a blog. So that's how I feel like I really kind of started trying to do my own thing, my own platforms and creating my voice online. So we'll just say 2012. So, I mean, at this point, over 10 years of trying to pursue different ventures and things of interest. I did photography for a while. I did graphic and web design. I had for a very brief time. I don't know if anyone remembers this. If you know what I'm talking about, you definitely are an OG person. But I had a brand called Be You Always for a little bit, and it was this women's empowerment brand where I interviewed women and then I had like spotlights for the women, but then I also had like this really cute apparel and the tagline was be you always bold, fearless, confident. Like it was this whole thing that I had. That business I wouldn't necessarily say it failed. I ended up pausing on it when I had my daughter. I had the Stationary Muse, of course, subscription boxes, tons of different types of products through the Stationary Muse, cards. I feel like I've done so many different things. Now I do a lot of coaching. I'm trying to become a speaker. So if y'all got anything or you need a speaker, reach out to me. Like I would love to come and pour into your team or your audience or whatever it is. I feel like I've done a little bit of everything. And what I have found is that I actually shared this sound on Instagram yesterday. I think, did I put it on YouTube? I don't know if I did yet. But it was basically a Sarah Jakes Roberts clip from a sermon or something that she did. And it was talking all about how we pretty much will feel unqualified in a sense for this life that we're living and the things that God is asking us to do. And I have found that in every season that I have been in, I have proof to show that I was able to do something that I was unfamiliar with, that I had no idea why I was doing it, what I was doing, where it was going to lead to. And then that thing didn't end up becoming like what I thought it could have been, So like example, that blog, I thought like, oh, I'm about to be the next like big time blogger and, all of this stuff. And that blog, it had a season in my life. It helped me to learn about consistency and getting better with my writing skills and being able to articulate my thoughts in a different way. I've always loved writing. And then even with photography, I'm not really so much like a people person in a sense of in person. Like if you ever meet me, I'm very shy and reserved. And so photography really gave me an opportunity to get out there and to interact with people and communicate, in different ways and just show again my artistic abilities through my photographs. And I learned all of my editing skills and things. And that was the first business where I really started getting like a deep dive into graphic design. I did all my own graphics for that business. And I feel like every single thing that I have done has led me to the next step. Is basically what I'm saying. So even though in that season I felt like, okay, all my eggs are in this basket, this is everything that I'm going to be doing, like this is it. This is the end all be all. Eventually that season ended and then another one would begin. And I think all too often we define ourselves by the season we're in, and it becomes hard for us to see that there's this whole journey that God has laid out for us. So we get stuck, like we get comfortable in what it is that we're doing. Or even if you don't start, you're just comfortable in just the idea of like, oh, maybe one day I'll do that, when I get some time I'll do that, and all this. I see my friend Audra is on here. I remember we were talking about that because she is a wonderful mom of three, and she has some really big goals, y'all. Like, make sure you follow Hello Harbor House on Instagram as well. She has been such an amazing friend to me in such a just crazy season of life. But we were just talking about how she has all of these ambitions and things. I'm like, you don't have to wait, like pursue it. But she's a great example of someone that she has a lot on her plate. She homeschools her children. She just recently moved to Florida, which is amazing. I'm so happy for her. But at the end of the day, she is still pursuing the dreams and things she has. My friend Jaleesa, she's not on right now, but she has 5 children. And so I know I'm more so speaking to moms just for a second, but it's just, I'm all over the place because I didn't have any notes for this. So that's why I'm all over the place. But basically what I'm saying is that we are put in different seasons. We have these things on our lives, and we can either choose to be obedient and just do it, or we can continue to put it off, and then either God will give it to someone else, or it will just continue to sit on your heart. And so in whatever season you are in, find a way to make it happen, even if it's not what you thought it would look like. Even if it's not booming like you think from the beginning, there's a reason that you're doing it. And so when I'm in those different seasons, it leads me to be more qualified for the next one. And so now with this membership, once again, I'm in my head like I've never done anything new before. Like I've never started something and wrestled with God and wasted time. Like I'm acting like this is the first time I've ever done this before. And it's like, girl, just why, But it's just, I think we all are guilty of it. It's like we have proof. And even if it's not business proof, it's just literally things we've done. You started a new job before, right? You have done things that you were not sure how it would work out. You didn't know what you were going to learn, what you were going to take away from it, but it sets you up better for the next one. And every single time we grow and we become stronger, we become more qualified. And so now that I am stepping into like this new season again, like all these pivots, y'all, that's what we feel like, just all these pivots. I know I'm qualified, but I still am in my head. And so that was what I wanted to have a conversation around that. And of course, answer any questions you all have of just how you all navigate that, as you go through anything in life, not even just business, but how are you able to get to a point? Like, what is your moment where you're finally like, okay, you know what? Enough talking about it, enough thinking about it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call the guy, right? Or I'm going to go ahead and apply for this position. I'm going to go ahead and tell my boss I need XYZ. I'm going to go ahead and enter to run this marathon. Like there's so many things we could do. Like what finally stops you from just thinking about something and allowing for it to rule you instead of you taking the action? What is the thing, that determining factor where you're like, okay, you know what? Despite all the excuses, the busyness, the season I'm in, I'm going to make this happen. I'm curious to know. I always talk about what I do and what I think, but I would love to hear what you all say. And I'm going to read some of these comments that I've missed while I've been talking. Because I just think it's interesting, like as women, we are the bomb. And I just feel like we don't give ourselves enough credit for what we're capable of and what God is trying to have us do. Okay, so let's see. Hopefully I didn't miss too much. Okay, so Audra said there's so much stopping and starting in the early motherhood days. Yes, 100%. Ashley said, I'm just starting my trademark process, and you are on the second trademark. LOL. I love the new names. Yes. Trademark. Yeah, I'm glad you're doing it. It is a whole thing. It took over a year for my trademarks to come back. And what's so funny, y'all, when I signed up for my trademark, I did both the Inspired Blueprint and the Stationary Muse. I just got the Stationary Muse trademark back. I'm not even playing. I just got the email this morning and I applied for that trademark in summer of 2021. So it takes a really long time to get it back. And then the Inspired Blueprint one, I think I got it back in the fall, if I'm not mistaken. It came back. But the Stationary Muse, it's like, what am I going to do? Like I ended up pivoting, but I have some ideas. I'm not going to share them. I have an idea for what I'm going to do with the Stationary Muse. But anyway, yes, the trademark process, if you're thinking about it and if it's even something you're considering, like if you want to lock something down, just go ahead and look into it now. I worked with a lawyer, so it was a little bit more expensive. But if you do it on your own, it can be somewhat affordable. But Ashley, I'm so excited for you. Let's see. Yep, I felt this deeply. All of the little things we start and stop, just sharpening our skills into finding purpose in life. Exactly. But in the moment, we feel like what we, the moment that we're in, like that defines us. That's everything. But we have to look at it like this is just a stepping stone on the path for me. It doesn't define me, whether it's good or bad. You know, like it doesn't define me in the season because I'm constantly growing and changing. Let's see. Bree, hello, said, you are speaking to me, literally sitting here working on this prayer journal I've been sitting on. Oh, prayer journals. I love prayer journals. Definitely do it. Like, don't even, it's just not even. There was a woman on here last week when I went live, and she had said, did I feel like the market was too saturated? And I told her, yes, it is saturated, but that's not an excuse to use for why you can't make it happen. And I think that whatever you want to put in your prayer journal or whatever product idea you have or business idea that you have, yes, there may be someone or multiple people that are out there doing it, but of course, yes, no one can do it like you, but you have to be obedient to your assignment, because what I have learned is there will be times where I'll put content out and I'll think like, this is dumb, no one's going to see this, or, you know, like, oh, I wish my channel could be getting more views or whatever the case is. But then just that one or two people will reach out to me and they will say like, oh my gosh, this helped me so much, thank you. Or they'll reach out and say like, I've been watching you for years, and I'm like, this is why I do it. And so even though you may not know the impact you're making, your prayer journal really could help someone, you know, even if it's just a few people in the beginning. Like, that's worth it. It is really worth it. Let's see. Audra said, we can't stop being who we are called to be, even when we don't have the time we wish we had. Faithful in the small things, God drives our dreams. Love the message. He definitely drives our dreams. Ashley said, girl, that's my fear. I do not want God to raise someone else to what he wants me to do. Right. That's what I'm like. I'm like, you know what? Like, I can't put this off for too much longer because this is a good idea. You know, like, let me stop wasting time. Um, let's see. Bethany, hello, said, I heard someone make a comment that stuck with me. When we think we're doing what we're always going to do, God brings a sudden left turn, doing what it takes to keep us on our knees. You are so true. That is such a good comment. Yes, I feel like that. Like, there are so many times where I'm like, oh, I'm feeling comfortable, I'm feeling good. And then all of a sudden it's like this shift. And I'm like, oh, I don't really like this anymore. Or, you know, this thing gets thrown in there and it's kind of like making it a little more interesting. So I completely relate to that for sure. And I feel like I keep being in that space. Like, I thought like, oh, the big pivot was the station I'm using. Like, now I'm getting ready to do some more changes again. So it's just, it's a constant, but you know, we make it work. I think being in a space like this is what stops the thinking and prompts the action. Yes, when I flip on the belief in me switch, and honestly, when I stop making it about me, right? When I put the focus on the fact that people will heal because of the work I'm doing and they will be free, it sparks the fire in me to do what I needed to be doing. Okay, Ashley is going in over here. But all of those things are so true. I feel like that has been a really big one for me, is not making it about myself. I can agree with that one. When you decide, okay, I've been having this idea, whether it's a business or not, I've been having this idea, this is something I want to do. And when you think about who it could impact outside of you, it does add this extra level of pressure and expectation of like, just do it, right? When you know that it could really help someone else. What helped me was redefining success. Looks like what success looks like in my life right now. Success is sharing what God wants me to share, even if it only reaches one person. Audra is doing some amazing stuff over there. She's been reading, is it the book of John you've been reading? And I just feel like the bravery too, because I think sometimes it takes a lot to get online and talk about God. I think in general, like, that's always been something I've kind of like wrestled with, because I know some people are really turned off by it. Like, surprisingly, more than I expected. I didn't understand. I didn't realize like how turned off some people are. But I think that just takes a level of bravery, and she's definitely been sharing all about it. So essentially, taking the focus off of me and putting it on the people I serve makes it less frightening. Exactly. Create because it's fulfilling to you. God will bring the people to you who need your story. So true, so true, so true. Yes, y'all. So, like I said, I didn't have any notes for today's live. So, if anyone has any questions, feel free to drop them. But the whole point of this was I just wanted this month to feel fulfilling to anyone that happened to come on one of my lives or happens to catch a replay, to just know that, like, I see you, I am you, I understand, and I am constantly in this cycle. And so that's what I've noticed about entrepreneurship, is that it's a cycle. When you are putting an idea you have out there, it is scary, and it's going to continue to feel scary even as you progress into different levels. It just takes a new level of preparation, a new level of just willingness, to keep going, because as you grow, there's more things that come your way. As you grow, there's more challenges and things that you have to face. I know you, like, on in the online space, as you grow, you deal with more negativity and people that you maybe quite, frankly, don't want to deal with. So I think everything comes with its pros and cons, but if we can recognize that we are just in a cycle, where you kind of go through these things. So just looking at what you have already accomplished. I know I talked about this in one of the past lives, but I think it's important to realize, like, you can do hard things with health, like if you've been through some health challenges, if you've been through some just difficult challenges within relationships with people, all of these things qualify you to do what you are being called to do. And so I think that it's just important to recognize that and realize that we are qualified and we have a purpose, and that purpose may change. It may look a little bit different. And that is what I am working through in this kind of like quarter one. Not how I thought quarter one was going to go, but I'm actually grateful for it, because I needed this reminder to just know that, like, this path is laid out for me. I just need to follow the steps. I just need to get out of my own way. And so it's been really therapeutic for me to talk through these topics with you all. As I navigate through this cycle again of myself, of like trying to get out of my own way, to get started with something new and bring it to life and bring it out. And so that the membership is just an example of what that is for me in this current season. But it has been that with my podcast. It's been when I launched the Stationary Muse. It was when I decided to close the Stationary Muse, when I decided to do my photography business. Everything I have been in this exact moment right now where I'm talking myself out of it, telling myself all the reasons of why I shouldn't do it, making all of the excuses. But at the end of the day, I still end up showing up and doing the thing. But it's just a matter of, like, how long is that time frame that you're going to give yourself to where you're finally like, okay, enough talking about it, enough with the negativity. I'm just going to go in. I'm going to dip my foot in the pool. It's cold in there, but I'm going to just dip it in. And then slowly I will start to get in there. Some of us just jump right in. You like to just jump in and just let the water. I'm one of those people that slowly eases into the water. And so if that's how it has to be for your business, that is fine. You don't have to feel like it's just all in or nothing. Like, take your time. Focus on one thing at a time. Go back and watch this series, because there's tons of really good tips and things that you can do to get started with it. Let's see. We need to talk about all things that go into being creative. It makes us stronger. We know we aren't alone. You're welcome, Audra, and thank you for sharing. You've shared some really, really good stuff today. I really appreciate it. If anyone has any questions or anything, please drop them in here, because like I said, I don't have any notes. This is all just off the top of my head, y'all. Literally off the top of my head. I did link in the description of YouTube. There is a link to my programs and stuff. So I wanted to just mention that, because if you are at a place where you're like, I'm ready to get started, maybe you're not ready to work with me one-on-one or anything like that, but you just want somewhere to start. I have a lot of different digital products and courses and things that I have created. So check out that link. It'll show you all of the stuff you can literally get started, immediate access today. All of them have payment plans, pay in full options. But the point is, I've created these things to help you to get the steps you need in the season that you're in and not feel stuck anymore. Because it's one thing to get online and get encouraged, but it's another when you're ready to get started and there's just so much information out there and you have no idea what to do. And so that's what a lot of those courses are for. So just check it out. See what it is. I have not only just courses, but even just like the Creatives Toolbox, for example. So if you're just like, I just need to know like what I need to use for these specific situations or what to look into, what's recommended, that's a great guide for you. It's just a running list that I'm actually getting ready to update soon here, of just the things you need to finally run your business and know what programs and systems and equipment and companies and all of the things just in one place. So you're not like Googling all crazy and stuff. So click that link if you're interested. Make sure you get on the wait list for the membership, because I would absolutely love to have you join me this spring when it kicks off and it gets started. No questions? Any questions before I go? Let's see. Did I have anything else that I wanted to mention? I know, some water. I need to do a better job of when I talk. For some reason, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like I get out of breath. It's like I'm taking in a lot of air. I don't know if anybody experiences that if you talk a lot, but it's a very interesting thing. Okay, yeah, that was pretty much all that I wanted to talk about. I'll wait maybe one more minute or so, see if there's any questions, if anyone has something they want to ask. Let's see. Alicia's intuition. Ooh, I love that. Said, are your programs only for product-based entrepreneurs? So I will say for the majority of them, yes. It depends on what you're trying to do. So I have like 2 courses that are specifically for planner and notebook creation, whether you want to do it handmade or you want to get it manufactured. The Creatives Toolbox is kind of a little bit of a mix of both. It's just like a really simple guide for just starting your business. It does have a lot of stationary references in there, but it is just a lot of things I use for running both my businesses in general. And that's what the update is going to be, because I have a whole service side of my business that I do. So it's going to be getting updated to just be a bit more for both sides. So if you get that, you'll get the update when that comes. And then also I have the first 10. The first 10 is not necessarily just for products. I do reference it a lot as examples, but the first 10 is great because it's just going to help you to get an idea of where to get started and the steps to get started. What have I not mentioned? Oh, and then the email list building toolkit that I released back in the fall, that is for any business. And that is a great one if you want to build email lists, which I highly suggest. I did a whole series on my channel all about building an email list. But check that one out as well. That's a great one. And it will help you to not only create like an opt-in for your audience, but figure out how to build it out on your email platform. I walk you through everything. There's templates and stuff in there too. So that one, out of all of them, I would say that one is literally created for all businesses. The other ones, there are a lot of stationary references in there, but definitely can benefit. And then if you do find that you want more help or you want to work with me, set up a kickoff call. And then I do a lot more one-on-one coaching with different types of businesses. So thank you for that question. Bree said, no questions, but thank you for your obedience. You're helping me more than you know. I'm happy to hear that. So happy to hear that. Anita said, no questions, but I really enjoy your lives. Thank you for sharing. You're welcome. Hey, Jennifer. What's going on? Looking forward to watching your videos on procrastinating in doubt. I think I saw you had some new ones. Not sure. Shoot, I feel like every video be having some mix of procrastination and doubt in there in some way, shape, or form, because I'm always just sharing like where I am in my current seasons. And that's what I feel like this is the last thing I'll say, and then I'll let you guys go. But oh, Lovely and Ray, yes, definitely, yeah. Reach out if you want to sign up for a kickoff call with me. I can double check. I don't know if the links are in Inspire Blueprint, y'all. I got too many platforms and stuff. But if you go to TatianaMuse.com, you can find it on there as well. But it is basically a link for us to just talk and chat about the different programs, and then from there we can discuss what will be the best coaching option for you if you want to do that. But I've worked with tons and tons of women and would love to help you if you're interested. But what I was going to say is that it's just like we get online and when we see what people are doing, y'all tell me if it's just me, but it just seems like everybody's just doing great in a sense of like, more so I'm talking about like business stuff, you know? So when you see like people and they have like all of these orders, or they're printing like all of the shipping labels off, or they, you know, they're having like 20K launches in 2 days and all of this stuff. And so it can be really easy to get in our heads. And so that's why I always like to just be upfront and honest about it. Like, as much as I do have successful moments, and like Audra mentioned, like it's about defining what success means for you first of all, and not what we're seeing other people doing. But I love to share the real too, you know, of just like everything is not great, because I don't want anybody to leave like coaching with me or anything and think like, oh, every single moment is supposed to be perfect. And then like as soon as, you know, like, oh, I suck. Like, no, it's just, this is really what it is. Like, entrepreneurship really has these ebbs and flows, and it is just like I always say, it's not for the weak. But that is why I've created these programs. That's why I do coaching. That's why we're going to have this membership, because I want you to feel supported. I want you, like, that is really what I'm here to do, is just to help you to not only get out of your own way in the moment, but to stay out of your own way so that you can continue to do the things that you're passionate about and what you're being called to, because we all have different things that we want to do. Okay, so let me see. Lovely. And is it Lovely? And yeah, Lovely and Ray said, are you on YouTube? What other platforms? Yes, I'm on a few. So I'm on Instagram. I have two different Instagram pages. My personal one, Tatiana Muse, and then I have the business, the Inspire Blueprint. So both of those. And then I also am on my podcast, which is called the Inspire Blueprint. So you can find me on there. I have YouTube channel, of course. It's like my main platform. That's where you'll find like the meat of my content, where I really go in depth and share a lot of stuff. And then I am like playing around with TikTok. I don't know what I want to do on there. I've been thinking I want to like sing on TikTok. Like I want to do something fun on TikTok. I don't know. So, but it's also Tatiana Muse over on TikTok as well. And I think that that's pretty much all of the platforms. I'm not really on like Twitter or LinkedIn or anything as of right now. But yeah, come hang out with me in all the different places. I would love to interact, chat, engage, and all of that stuff with you. All right, so I don't see any other questions. Let me just make sure over here. Jennifer said, I didn't even say, oh, you're fine. I'm glad you were able to get on. And we need to meet soon, Jennifer, too. I didn't forget, like, reach out to me whenever you're ready. I saw that you've been doing your YouTube videos. You know, I always got to be shouting people out. So keep it up, and we can hopefully connect soon. But all right, I think I'm going to go. Thank you all so much for getting on here with me. Make sure you sign up for the membership wait list. Even if you aren't sure if you want to do it, just sign up so that you get all the information first and everything. And I will see you all very soon. This was the last weekly live, and then I think I'm going to go back to bi-weekly, but we'll see. But I've been really having a good time with these, and just very excited I've had a chance to get on here with all of you. So I'm going to go. But thank you so much. See you all next time.